Hey guys, it's me, Carly, coming at you with another video, and I want to give my thoughts and opinions on the whole George Floyd situation, which that's just fucking tragic, and the whole situation of the stupid white lady calling the cops on a black man, and really how that translates over into fiction, because I'm also going to be talking about Caitlin Snow again, who just fucking hate. But yeah, we really need, I think, the way we need to, and now I'm a mixed person speaking on this issue. I'm not a full on black person, and yes, so I have mixed slash light skin privilege, but I'm here going to be speaking my opinions. These are just my opinions and my thoughts, but I am still a woman of color. Anyways, the George Floyd situation is just terrible. He didn't, like, I just watched a video of, my mom just showed me a video of this white person being totally belligerent and giving the cops every reason to tase him, right? He has every reason to tase, they have every reason to tase him, they have every reason to shoot him, stun him, beat him with a baton, but not at no point is this guy is being completely belligerent, and he's a white guy, or he's light complected, I think, but he's white. But anyways, he takes the cop's baton, starts beating him with it after he's being beaten with it because he's just being belligerent. He is hitting on the cops, he's pounding on them, he's just being a threat. And at some point, he takes the baton, beats the female cop with it, and there's someone like, no, you have to do what they say, you're gonna get in trouble. Not only do they not tase him, the fucker, I'm sorry, I'm angry. I'm like just really fired up, and sorry for swearing. Not only gets away, but he manages to steal the squad car. And black people have lost their lives for less. Okay, yes, George Floyd was writing a bad check on purpose. And that's not an excuse. And if you watch Chrissy's videos, if any of you are watchers of Chrissy on YouTube, where she talks about, where her focus is on dark-skinned women, and talks about how she, on Leveling Up, she's a really good channel. I really love watching her. So shout out to you. I'm a viewer, Chrissy. Hi. Anyways, she talked about this and said that George Floyd a few years back had criminal records, and that's not an excuse to kill him. But you kneeled on this guy's neck until he died, and what's even worse is that nobody did anything about it. And the protection that this cop has, and thankfully he's in custody, it's awful. And George Floyd did not deserve to lose his life. And on the topic, we do have to fight for black people. But I noticed that when a black woman dies the same way, there is no looting. And this is just an observation. I'm not saying that black men who are killed by cops don't deserve to have attention called to it, because it absolutely deserves attention. But the fact that when black women are killed by cops, it's not usually televised. There's usually no looting. And black women are the least protected group in America. And it's just so frustrating. So I think that to protect black people, we have to start with protecting black women as well. And we have to get to the root of black female issues, not just black men. But I'm not saying don't fight for black people, because I am saying that. But what I'm saying is we have to start doing better at paying attention to black women and their plight and their issues. And just, we have to do better at protecting black women, because because I have little black cousins and little white cousins. And my black cousins will probably worry about how, because recently there was a little black girl just killed. She was like 10 years old. And then black females are getting killed. And white women will never ever have to worry about their mugshot being taken when they're dead. Because I just saw somebody, I think it was Sandra Bland, whose mugshot was taken and she was dead in the picture. Which just made me so mad. So, yes, George Floyd did not deserve to lose his life. Neither did all of the other black people deserve to lose their life. But I do think that we do need to do a better job at paying attention to black women. And when we say you have privilege, we don't mean you didn't it doesn't mean you didn't struggle. It just means that you won't have to face certain challenges because you're a man or because you're a woman, a white woman specifically. And it just, I really don't know why the world seems to really hate on black people, especially black women, and will coddle white people or white women. So to that cop who killed George Floyd, I forgot his name at the moment, fuck you, I hope you go to prison, and maybe someone should kneel on your neck. Okay, no. Just pull it back, Carly. But how would you like it if someone kneeled on the back of your neck? And then, but then you have people, you have white women calling cops on black men and black women and just black people in general, and that has gotten many black people killed. White women tears are a dangerous weapon. So this leads me to my next point about the white woman in the park. I don't know, I forgot where this video was taken, but I think we've all seen the video of this white woman holding her dog by the collar and just strangling her dog. Like, you have a leash in your hand, I see it. You can at least put your dog on a leash, and you're calling the cops on a black man because you're a dumbass who is too lazy to put your dog on the leash. So just put your dog on a leash. It's not that hard. But you're just like strangling the dog by the collar, and it's just so uncomfortable. And the poor thing, and by the way, that woman was fired from her job. And it's just really annoying to continue having white women cry victim and use deputy dispatch, 911 dispatch as their like customer service. Because my mom is a 911 dispatch worker, and it's really not a joke to call 911. It's really not. And you're wasting people's resources, and you are wasting time having people help you. They could be helping other people, but no, you're just wasting resources because you don't like how a black person is speaking to you, or the fact that a black person has the right to film you in public. And it's just very annoying. Another example of white privilege is Amber Geiger. She is a female cop who only got 10 years in prison. Was sentenced to 10 years in prison for killing a black man. I don't know the whole story, but it doesn't matter. And she still got comforted by the black female judge and his brother. Like, black women are nowhere near. Black women, for some reason, if they were to do that, they would not get comforted in the same way that a white woman would. And it really does affect how you treat us in fiction, because it bridges the gap. And I will try to remember to link Melina Pendulum's video about racist fandoms, because her video is probably better than mine, because she's very articulate, and I really love Melina Pendulum. So shout out to Melina Pendulum. And you also inspired this video. So this leads me to wanting to talk about Caitlin Snow and why the problem, and why I really just pulled out of The Flash. Caitlin Snow is like the Amber Geiger of The Flash. Thing, just, I get so, I literally have reached Damon Salvatore levels of hate for Caitlin Snow. Like, that's really sad. But I really can't stand Caitlin Snow. And I also don't like Danielle Panabaker. Like, I wish her well. I hope she's raising her baby. Congratulations, Danielle Panabaker, on your child. Just, can your sister come back to acting? Your sister is a way better actress than you. Okay, enough shade. Sorry, I just had to say that. Not sorry. But earlier today, I shared a post on Twitter of Amber Geiger being hugged by the black female judge, and it made me think of Cecile and Caitlyn, because Caitlyn so far has been rude to every person of color that has been on the show, or she has like been shady, and she straight up tried to kill like 5 people of color, black women. So she kidnapped Cecile, held an icicle to her throat. She tried to have Iris killed. She tried to kill Cisco 3 times, and the only reason that she didn't succeed was because her icicle was blocked at the last minute. And then, I really should have had some water. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. And so her icicle was blocked at the last minute. And then there's like a version of the future where she literally freezes off Cisco's hands and doesn't even say she's sorry. She has yet to apologize for the shit she did in season 3, which is why I will not accept a redemption arc. Because she hasn't been redeemed. She's just been retconned. And she's rude to every freaking brown person. Sorry, that's my boyfriend messaging me on Tumblr. She's rude to every brown person, or when Jefferson is confused on where he is, she like makes a rude, snarky comment, but if it was a white person, she wouldn't be as rude. She said that Iris talks a lot as if it's a bad thing, and didn't even show Iris comfort. And she didn't even show Iris comfort, because Iris's best friend, since she was 10 years old, was in a coma. Did she even bother to like, hey, you want to go get some coffee? Or do you want to go you want to hang out with me? No, she doesn't even bother doing that. And it's really just annoying. And then now I just watched, or a few weeks ago, I watched a scene where Cecile is comforting Caitlyn on her couch, while Iris is stuck in a mirror and is going insane. And just losing her mind and is becoming part of the mirror world. And it's like, but Caitlyn is on her couch reading books, doing nothing to help get Iris out of the mirror, when Iris has saved Caitlyn's life without hesitation twice now, and even probably more than twice. Actually, it's been more than twice. But anyways, it's just really annoying to have to see Caitlyn Caitlyn just gets to sit on her ass, read books, and then, or Killer Frost, because they're 2 separate people, even though I will refuse to accept that, because they're the same person. Doesn't have to do anything to help, and has to get told how important she is, and she's coddled by her victims, especially Cecile, which that scene really pissed me off, because Cecile is what? Cecile, this girl kidnapped you, held you at knife point, almost slit your throat, and you're gonna comfort her? Well, your stepdaughter, meanwhile, where the hell is Joni? Where's Joni? You should be worrying about her. Your other daughter, Jenna, that you had with Joe. Where's your husband? Where's Jenna? Where's Joni? Why aren't you worried about Iris? Iris is technically your stepdaughter, and you're not even worried about Iris, who is literally going insane. Like, it's annoying. And yet you're comforting Caitlyn, and it just brought me back to when the black female judge, comforted Amber Geiger for killing a black person and sentencing her. When, like, I tell you, it's just, now I'm so pissed I can't even formulate a sentence. I'm just really fed up with how coddled Caitlyn is. And it's just really annoying. And, you know, we do call out racist white men and other racist people. However, I feel like we need to also do a better job of calling out racist white females, because they're not, I forget the word, but they're not as overt as white men. Racist white women are very sly and sneaky, and they'll cry. And Caitlyn is the definition of a white woman who will cry her white tattoo woman tears. And I know I keep saying white lady tears, but that's just the truth, because white lady tears are really weaponized, and they have gotten black people killed. And I grew up in a predominantly white area, but I do my best to educate myself, because I am a half black person and could be followed around in a store or accused of stealing because I'm 6'2". And I'm not trying to make this about me, but for me personally, I could be followed around because I'm 6'2", I'm half black, and I don't necessarily blend in and fit the description of a typical white girl. But Caitlyn, it's just so maddening to watch her get coddled. And this is another thing, the strong black woman trope. The strong black woman trope really is what Bonnie, Bennett, and Iris are, because they don't get to be damsels in distress usually. They take the longest to save, and they're isolated from their friends and family. Like, Bonnie Bennett tries to commit suicide after being left alone in the prison world for so long, and she can't take the loneliness. And because being lonely and not being around civilization really does fuck with your mental health, because she was gonna kill herself with carbon monoxide poisoning. And Iris had suicidal thoughts when she saved that person from a black hole. And she wanted the black hole to swallow her because of how she lost Nora. And Iris really needs to be in therapy. Like, she really needs a support group, and she really needs therapy, because the vast amounts of things black women do for other people, and how in shows and even in real life, they do so much for other people, and they just give, and they just never get to take anything for themselves. And that really is detrimental to their health. Like, Iris's mental health is in jeopardy, and no one seems to care or seems to notice. But Caitlyn Snow, a person who has tried to murder her best friend 3 times, almost got his girlfriend killed, almost held a woman at knife point. All these people are people of color or black people, because I know I'm supposed to separate that term, but I'm trying to be all-encompassing. What does she get to do? Nobody's out to get her. She gets to roam public, be rude to Camilla, for no reason at her art show. Like, if you don't like the art, you don't like the art, but you don't have to be disrespectful about it. But so So people, writers, how you treat black characters, I feel like that reflects on how you feel about black people in real life. Does that make sense? And fandom, the way I did a whole thread on this, and how fandom treats black women and black characters, and how they have cold attitudes towards them, or they're useless even though they could be doing nothing wrong, and they do like a minuscule of a thing wrong and they get hate. Or like how Iris tried to break up Eddie and Barry, she gets hate. Or how she giggles, she gets hate. She gets hate for anything she does, but Caitlin Snow is, oh, it's okay. You're important too. It's okay, sweetie. No. And it's the same thing with Damon fans. When I point out how Damon's a rapist, and I don't care what Julie Plex says. Okay, Damon's a rapist, Damon's a rapist, Damon's a rapist. I've been in so many fights about how Damon is a rapist and why he's a sexual predator. Like, since when is a grown man dancing with a teenage high school girl in her underwear is predatory behavior? I don't care how you put it. Him hanging around teenagers and not finding any friends his own fucking age, predatory behavior. He raped Caroline. He raped Andy. He molested Elena. And I'm not over that. He did molest Elena by not telling her blood sharing was a sexual act. And people are like, but he didn't know it. Elena was talking to him. Don't act like Damon wasn't after Elena. Okay? And the way his fans will coddle him, the way his fans will defend him and then like throw Stefan under the bus. Me saying Damon did terrible things is not me saying Stefan didn't do terrible things. It's just me acknowledging context and why Damon does terrible things and why Stefan does terrible things. Stefan does terrible things because he's forced into a situation where he is literally backed into a corner, whereas Damon just does terrible things because a girl broke his heart. And the coddling, and the more awful a white character is, the more coddling you'll do. And it really does affect real life. And like, art imitates life and life imitates art, and I keep touching my face. Sorry, I do that a lot. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of this video. I'm sorry I'm all over the place, but we really have to do better at calling out racist white women and protecting black women. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Let me know what you guys think. I know this video was rambly, and if you like this video, want to see more, like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I'm always up for feedback. And have a good one.